Good morning. My name is Dan Oberg with the Eastern Area 1 team. This is your operational briefing for September 1st, Sunday, 2024. Starting off, we did have hotter and drier conditions for the past few days that has stayed throughout the nights. And so fire behavior has increased over the past few days. We also have had increased smoke in the area. So if you've seen that, they're definitely coming from our fires. We are keeping it within our current containment lines. Mostly it's just been eating up a lot of unburnt fuels that sitting in the middle of our fires. So going and taking a look through at the different fires today. We're going to start up here on Chalk. So Chalk's been doing very well lately. Once again, you can see there is an unburnt section up here in the western edge of Chalk. Starting off in Division Tango Tango, a lot of patrolling and checking the line throughout here, putting out any hot spots they find. Also working on some indirect lines just to make sure they're brushed out and ready to go in case the fire activity picks up even more. In Alpha Alpha, they're doing a lot of the same, hauling logs and also brush off the indirect and direct fire lines throughout Alpha Alpha. They're also patrolling and finding hot spots and trying to put them out. Over on Kilo Kilo, Kilo Kilo is a very secure section. However, they are still working these direct lines and once again finding hot spots and putting them out. There's a lot of deep root areas that are still burning. They found an 8-foot deep hole yesterday from a root that was real deep and real hot down in there. So still working up there on the Chalk fire. Overall, the fire is looking very good and very secure. It is putting up quite a bit of smoke each day as well. Moving down into branch 12 with the Coffeepot fire. The Coffeepot resembles the Chalk a little bit just because it has these unburnt areas of fuel on the eastern edge, whereas the Chalk had it on the western edge. Starting off in Romeo division, they are working patrolling this line along the north and into the northeast side, trying to make sure they get any of the hot spots taken care of. Also, they're working on chipping and indirect line work throughout the northwest section to make sure that we get those lines prepped and ready in case there was anything that wanted to come out of Coffeepot. Also on Coffeepot is Division Papa. They're working on a lot of log hauling out of here just to make sure we make use of those forest resources that we've been cutting down and taking out to make sure that these lines are all prepped. We've got indirect line right here on the south, and then direct line right here on the south, and then indirect lines throughout here. So they're doing mostly forest product hauling to get it out of there. Moving over into Whiskey and Sierra, which are on the Moss Mountain fire. Moss Mountain yesterday had quite a bit of activity late in the day. We did have some single tree torching up on it. We had on the northeast side here quite a bit of activity, and then down into the southeast side as well. Still do have a little bit of heat over on the western edge, but that's looking better. They've been using the helicopter to take care of that with bucket work and putting quite a few fuel cycles through on it. They're also working on indirect lines out here on the 2300 road, and then into Sierra. They're working on the continuation of the 2100 road, and also on the 2120 on the south end of the fire, making sure that that's all checked up and ready for the day here. Into contingency, we've got a lot of indirect line out here throughout the entire contingency area, and then they're moving over into the indirect line off of the wilderness and just outside the wilderness to make sure that the 208 fire, we've got a really good indirect line right there in order to check that up if it ever did want to come out. Just an update on the 208 fire. I did add approximately 30 acres yesterday, and that was mainly over on the eastern edge, and we do have the Pacific Crest Trail that runs right along there, and then a forest boundary as well. So we're keeping a really good eye on the 208 fire, but there just aren't as many values at risk out here, and we're letting it do its thing in the wilderness to make sure it rejuvenates the wilderness and gives a good mosaic burning pattern out there. Once again, this is your operational update for Sunday, September 1st, 2024. I'm Dan Oberg. Thank you very much.